Hello, everyone. I hope you're having wonderful evening or morning, and it's the 1st of January. So Happy New Year, everyone. I don't know what else to say. There's so much to say, but it's a start. So I just turned off the music so you can put your own. I hope you had a wonderful 2022, and I hope 2023 is going to be even better. It's all about the systems we implement on daily and weekly basis to learn and achieve what we want, right? So I hope this year will be a better year for all of us. The real tab, Muhammad Aldi. Hello, my guys. Abdulaziz. Chipoya, nice haircut. Thanks, bro. This is the New Year haircut. Happy New Year, Baki. Good to see you guys. Asdi, how is it going? How are uh, how are you guys? How was your any resolutions for 2023? Okay, so I take from the interactions, I hope you can hear me well. So if there is anything wrong with the sound, please let me know. And it would be great if you let me know where are you watching from. I wanna, always know. And to talk about today's stream, today's topic, just like always, guys, if you have a question, always put that question in brackets so I can see it during the stream. And I also asked in the chat, like there is Q&A, what type of content do you want to see in 2023 in terms of live streams, videos, the tutorials, the lessons, and what would be useful for you and what you want to see more of, what is challenging for you and you want to learn. It would be amazing if you can let us know in the chat and the comments as well, so they are there. And yeah, so in today's stream, just like always, I will walk you through the process of just the workflow I go through during the production of the Unreal Engine projects. So I have two case projects here. I have this nice project that I'm converting from Unreal Engine 4 to Unreal Engine 5, and it's like 2 years old, 3 years old. And there is this apartment you remember from the last stream that still working on. So we will see, depending on the questions we get today, we will jump between these two streams. We have like good 90 minutes. Let's spend it well. Let's take a look at the chat. I hope, so here it's giving me warning, guys. How is the stream quality? Can you let me know? Kavanda Chipoya, bro, this year can you do a stream on how to make walkthrough blueprint for interiors? Absolutely. So in blueprint in Unreal Engine is that's on the list, and we can make that higher on the priority list. So tell me guys, how are your experience with blueprints? Did you guys work on it yet? Like just general idea. Have you been using Blueprint? Did you dive deeper into it? My resolution is to improve and develop my skills on Blender and Unreal Engine. I'm from France. Nice, Dia. Hopefully, the more time we invest this year in the like every day, try to spend time working either on Blender or Unreal Engine. Like the first thing you do after you wake up, try to spend at least 30 minutes or something. That's something I usually do when I want to learn a new program, and I definitely plan on doing this much more often now in 2023. Waking up, making my coffee, and sitting on Unreal Engine, experiment with stuff. I want to learn this year for me more about procedural generation, Houdini, Python, and artificial intelligence. I'm very interested in seeing how AI is going to evolve throughout 2023, and how we will be able as 3D artists and Unreal developers to use AI to help us accelerate our workflows. I'm really keen to see what 2023 is going to offer in terms of that. I created the character in Meta, how to render it, what we can do with it. Maybe we can make a dedicated stream for the meta-human characters as that would be a good idea. What do you think? Because it needs its own dedicated stream. But if you create your meta-humans, so there is something I do recommend. So the answer to your question, if you want to get started with meta-humans in Unreal Engine, here's what you do. You go obviously to the MetaHuman Creator website. So I'm gonna put that on the screen. And you load the virtual machine, you sign in if you don't have an account, and you make your MetaHumans. And once you create your MetaHumans, go to the samples tab in Unreal Engine and download the MetaHumans template and take a deep look into this. And there are also live streams if you search on Unreal Engine YouTube channel, and some actually very good tutorials on their educational hub. So if you don't want to take a look at videos, at least what you can do is download the MetaHuman sample and then export your MetaHuman here and see, reverse engineer it if you want to slowly get into MetaHumans. That's what I do recommend. I recommend for, like, depending on whatever you want to do. Hey, if you want to work in the automotive industry, learn more about it, then download the car configurator. You want to learn more about large scale words, go to the city sample and take a look at how it's built. It's Houdini files. The same for the maquette Mercat demo. I would recreate this and from UE4 to UE5. That's a nice experiment. And yeah. Happy holidays, Amil Jar. And Happy New Year, my dude. To all of you. What do you think about the artificial intelligence? I think it's going to supercharge us. So you will be able to write little scripts and commands for all the repetitive tasks you notice. That's what I'm doing now. And it's like useful in every single way. If you like, have you tried working or experimenting with chat GPT? It's crazy. And when you add software development to it with AI, like it would make it even easier for us, like, or for any person to develop their ideas into like useful tools and plugins and whatever. That's amazing. Like with ChatGPT, with more improvements and similar like applications, I imagine you will be able to write your own Unreal Engine scripts, whether in C++ or Python uh, or anything. So imagine programming game behavior or a plugin to automate your workflow, to make folders, whatever. Like this, everyone, more people will have access to this now, and that's amazing. That's what I think of AI. And 2022 gave us like a little taste of it, so let's see what 2023 will bring on the table. And I encourage everyone, by the way, to start learning more about artificial intelligence and what can you do with it, how it's useful in your daily life and in your business and in your field and in what you do. That's really important. We have to start doing this now. And the best time is tomorrow. So yesterday, sorry. So I will take few more questions and I will jump to today's topic where we're gonna improve on this lighting here and see the project settings and all that kind of stuff. Sirkan, thank you for joining us today. Salam Talib, how are you? I'm also a content creator. My goal is teaching Photoshop with little bit or 3D touch and grow myself as a creator in 2023. 2020, yeah, that's it. Asdi, good stuff, man. See, guys, try to invest more time in the things you want to grow in this year. That's it. The project I packaged gives me a fatal error, crash, and close warning on another computer. How to fix? Sirkan, so you may need. I don't know how to fix because I need more information on the situation. And to be honest, there could be at least a billion reasons for this. So what I do recommend doing is going to the forums of Unreal Engine. This I always do this whenever I have problems that I can't find answers for, especially problems that seem like this crashing and whatnot. And like, so there is always the error log, and there is how like there are some things that are happening when you're crashing. So I really recommend going here, writing about the problem, or you can join our Discord server. The community there is already doing amazing job in helping each other. So I do recommend doing both. I do recommend posting a post here and taking the link and post it on our community if you want, and we will take a look at it. Man, I hate it when these crashes happen, especially when they seem out of nowhere. So what type of project you're working on, Sirkan? Why the crash is happening? Tell us more, buddy. And this is for everyone, guys, not only for Sirkan. If you are struggling with Unreal Engine, if you have feedback, if you have bugs to report, if you have looking for solutions or ideas, come here. It's an amazing place. Hey, honey, Happy New Year to you too, buddy. Guys, can we keep the chat in English so it's easier for everyone to read, please? Especially if you have a question. I can't read other languages, sorry. Asdi, I was creating MetaHuman and I got blur. Check my usage below normal. Are you using like really high quality textures on your MetaHuman? Because it's heavy. It needs like beefy computer. Quick question, how do you export from Blender project to Unreal Engine by keeping all the materials? Always issue on my side. always have to recreate few materials. So Baki, the issue of recreating few materials, this always exists. Even in 3ds Max and Datasmith, we always recreate materials. There is no way to re-export everything exactly the way as it is to Unreal Engine. There is some limit to what you can export. So there are tools online, and there is a plugin I want to try. I have it somewhere in my bookmarks. I never tried, to be honest. It's a paid plugin to help you export your project from Blender to Unreal. It's somewhere on our socials. But even with that plugin, I am certain, like 100%, you will always need to recreate materials in Unreal Engine. So the best thing you can do is to create your master library inside Unreal Engine. So what are the materials you are always recreating inside Unreal Engine when you're exporting your projects? And ultimately, ideally, you won't be doing textures in Blender as much because you will have all your textures in Unreal. Like that's how I've been doing this with my team for many, many years. It saved us so much time because converting textures is really painful. And we know Unreal Engine is the final destination. Maybe this is not an option for you. So yeah, I'm thinking of other ways, but yeah, unfortunately, buddy, there is always the need to recreate some materials. Can you tell us what plugins are you using, or you're just using the normal FPX or JLTF pipeline, or are there any plugins you use now for Blender to Unreal? All right, guys, I will focus the next 15-20 minutes on here, not on the chat, because I want, you know, this stream to be a mix of both, answering your questions and doing cool things in Unreal Engine. So I'm gonna set a nice timer here. I always set timers. I have 40 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. So let's set 15 and let's go. So here I have a project, as I said earlier. I am remaking from Unreal Engine 4 to Unreal Engine 5. It had baked lighting, and when we talk baked lighting, we had so many light sources, and these light sources were baked. But now, since we are switching to Lumen, so now if I change the sun, look at this. It's beautiful, right? Like this global illumination in real time. It's just amazing. However, what is not amazing is my performance. And before I add more lights or atmospheric lights or whatever I want to activate at night, let's say, you could build a construction script when it's nighttime, all lights could turn on. For now, I just will select all the lights I know that are on, and I will disable them. I was thinking of deleting them, but I think some of them are cool. So for now, let's just disable them. So I'm going to press G to toggle the game mode, and I'm going to start with what I see now from the top view. And I hope I was a little organized in the past. Looks like it. So I don't know why, like there is on Datasmith actors, when you press Ctrl Shift D or Ctrl Alt D, it would select everything under the folders. And it's really annoying that I have to right click and go here to do the same thing. So let's take a quick look. So select all descendants or all descendants. Let's search for that again in the editor preferences. Here I'm going to type all. So Ctrl Shift D is the shortcut for that. And this is in the level editor. So wait, if I select this and press Ctrl Shift D, it won't select it. Yeah. Deselect, select all outputs nodes. I don't think we have an option for that. Okay, I need to charge my keyboard. Let's do that. It is what it is. It's kind of weird though. I don't know why this is not working in the folder type, because it's really not nice to select a folder and then right click that folder and select the files or the assets you want from it. So how about now? Yeah, it must be from here. So you may or may not be familiar with the shortcut. I have custom shortcut to isolate selection. This is especially useful when it comes to large scale projects like this. You want to you make your selection and then do your modifications, right? So now we said we're gonna turn this off, and also we're gonna slowly but surely reorganize this a little bit. So if you go to window, go to levels, right now I have these sub levels, and I'm going to make a new level and call it lights. So let's start with a folder, and here I'm going to make a new folder, call it sub levels. So I will slowly reorganize this because I want to expand on the environment. I have some plans for this project, you know. We have the whole 2023. So I will select this folder here and call it lights. Then the type of light, rectangle, and then front facade. Top front facade, I'm gonna call it. So always be as descriptive as much as possible. And now we can come to this level here and we're gonna call it these are like detailed lights, like for special kind of lights. So I'm gonna keep this organized. I'm gonna call it, okay, exterior lights. No, facade. So lights underscore facade. No need to open this. Just click this new map you created and place it here under the lights if you want. And right click with this active map, and you can see here what is active, what is not, and move selected actors to level. Sorry. Hey, Winbush. What up, what up? How are you, buddy? Happy New Year to you, brother. Thank you so much for showing up. I saw the new video you shared today on your new desk setup. It's beautiful, man. I really hope you make amazing things with it. Copy the material maps, normal FPX, sometimes OBJ.
Please charge.
Okay. I recommend trying JLTF Honey from Blender to Unreal with the Datasmith importer. I think you will love that workflow. Unreal Terminals. Bros, how are you, Bruski? Happy New Year. No, I use the normal workflow with the FBX format, no plugins, but I will have a look. Winbush, I recently discovered your channel, interesting content and very useful. Yes, definitely. Completely agree. I learned so much from Winbush over the years, especially when it came to the motion graphic type of things. And all the new stuff in the field, your boy Winbush. Honey, one more question. Don't be sorry, buddy. How can I model effectively? I don't know its name in English, moisir and camerat in the walls. I ended up making a lot of edge loops and mess on my mesh. Moisir. I think you talk about skirt boards. Yeah, let's quickly answer this question. If you're talking about skirt boards, let's say in your tool of choice, you always create with lines, right? So in any tool you choose, you have lines. And in all these tools you choose, you also, let's draw a profile. So if you go like to Google real quick, I know I jumped between two pics, but no problem. So let's type here, skirt board, type profile, and let Google do the fixing for you. So if you go to see these profiles here and you like redraw any of these, so let's quickly like, you know, do this. Don't mind the scale, please. Okay, it's massive. But the point is, in all your tools of choice, I don't know where is that line though? Where are you at, boy? Okay. You always have the ability, let's make it bigger a little, to create lines like this, you know, like this guy, where you're going to create your skateboard, and you always have the profiles of the skateboards you want, or whatever you want to create. And like in Max, we have sweep, for example. And I don't know what is it in other tools, but in Blender, I think it's bevel profile or something. And you can either choose from built-in sections, or you can choose your own section or profile. And if you have like, if this is the wall for the outside, it's fine, but maybe you don't want it like this, so you can mirror, as you can see here. So we will maybe create one for the apartment later. Like here, I will definitely create one for this one, for the whole apartment. So if once I do, we're gonna walk through the process. So I will select all these lights and also turn them off. So I want their intensity to be at 0. So we are back at our project here, just in case. And I will just hide them for now. So, okay. Let's make one for the trees. Let's add the trees here, and let's make a new folder, call it environment. Let's select these trees, and here is something very cool you can try. If you want to select all the similar trees in the scene without going to the word outliner, which is obviously very easy to do, like not much, but let's say you have so many projects, maybe objects, maybe it's not that organized or whatever. In the select here, you have the ability to select all with the same material. So when you click on it, all objects with the same materials will be selected. So let's try multiple here. So maybe select 1 or 2 objects, and then you select everything. And I have a shortcut for it. If you go to the editor preferences, just search select all the same material. I thought Alt M made sense, so that's what I use for this. So just like always, right click here, move select to this level, and it's telling me there will be some problems happening to the cinematics. I would say no problem. Let's select these assets as well. Click yes. I press Control Shift S to save everything. And I really like in Unreal Engine 5, I don't think you're gonna see it, but let me do this. So look here, you see all saved. The moment you do any change to any actor, so let's select, for example, this and move it. So now we're changing the level. Look here, you have like one unsaved actor. If you open this actor and let's say you change something on it, and we're gonna change, for example, the intensity here. So we change another actor. Here you have like 2 unsaved actors. And if you click here, you can also save selected. So that's nice. Let's press Ctrl Z on OBS to bring me where I was. I usually, the levels window, I like to put it next to my outliner so I can easily switch between my levels and outliner. So I think this level is empty. I think so. This one is the streets. Nice. Let's put it here. This one called mesh. Oh, okay. This is just a building, not much more. So let's right click this asset or press Ctrl B something. No. I renamed this to be called building, and I'm gonna make a new folder here, call it project, and let's put this here. And if you want to make sure, we can open this level here. Okay, press Alt 2 or Alt 3 to go to unlet mode. Just quickly take a look at what we have here. So we have, I remember like I exported and imported so many actors. Let's select all these actors outside. It seems all of these are also for the, oh, my 15 minutes finished. So all of these are named rails here. So I'm going to right click and move to create a new folder. And I'm gonna call them railing and put them here. Here I'm going to make a new folder called building, put it here. Call this project. Save. And let's find our level. Save. So since my 15 minutes finished, let's take 5 minutes for the questions and we will get back to work, okay? So let's do this. Let's do this. Looking good. Question, as you know, I'm new. Can you explain a little what you mean of light bake and what advantages of it? Is it an effect on your project size or quality? Thank you. That's a good question, Asdi. So this might be good chance to talk about quickly that if you are new to Unreal Engine and you want to learn all these basics, tomorrow there will be new courses uploaded, new sections uploaded to the free Unreal Engine course where I'm going to talk on the global illumination. There is the static global illumination, and now we have Lumen, the new global illumination system in Unreal Engine 5. So just for anyone who is new and you want like much more in-depth things on the introduction to Unreal Engine, the lighting, materials, and data pipelines, go to the Academy. Now, Asdi, to answer your question, so when we talk, so let's just, what you said here. What do you mean of light bake? Now with Lumen, check this out. When you press Ctrl L and you switch the lighting, so you go, even sorry about the performance, but you go from day to night or from night to day, you can see depending on the position of the sun, of course, we are getting a different color. And in lighting, you have like, when we talk about Unreal Engine, when we take a look at this image, we have three things. We have the direct lighting that we see its effect here, that is obviously coming from the sun. And then you have the indirect lighting that you see it here on the areas that are not reached by the sun, but you can, because the sky is blue, for example, here you see blue tint, right? So if I switch like this, you can see how the indirect lighting is changing. And of course, there are the shadows. And the shadows here we are, I think this is the old shadows, the shadow maps for movable objects. When we talk about baked lighting, so all of this we saw this is dynamic lighting, okay, Asdi? Uh, Dynamic lighting, it's amazing and all, but maybe you want a project with very, very, very high performance for virtual reality or mobile phone, and Lumen does not 100% support virtual reality yet. It's getting there, but you need a project now. So in order, for example, that project be delivered on a device like Oculus Quest, right? Maybe you're making game or architectural experience or whatever. The baked lighting, sorry, the global illumination we see in our scene, this should be calculated and saved to the okay, this should be calculated and shipped with the project. So it should be static, it should not be dynamic. And obviously, when we bake our lights and our lighting now is still static, it's considered a con, like how, okay, I can't change my lighting scenarios anymore. But one of its main benefits is you get like really high performance, and like all your lights in your scene, as long as they are set to static, the direct lighting and the indirect lighting will be baked, and these lights will have no impact on the performance of your project. So this project, for example, was running at very high frame per second when it was in Unreal Engine 4. But now, because I have all this dynamic lighting everywhere in the project, it's just killing the performance. So if I want high performance in my project, higher performance, especially when we talk about like larger scale project or whatever, or maybe that's project especially for VR or something, then you want to bake your lights. So that's what we mean with the light bake. And light bake is the process of when Unreal or any engine you're working with, it will calculate the global illumination and make textures of this calculation called light maps. And these light maps will be applied as textures on the second UV channel of your asset. And that is, once these textures are generated and applied, like this is the process of light bake, in a way similar to normal bake. But yeah, I hope this answer is useful for you, Asdi. Let me know. Question. Usually when I bring my projects to Unreal Engine, I get light bleeds in the interior. How do avoid that? That's a good question, Kavanda. So depending on the how you like, are you using dynamic lighting or static lighting? But general rule of thumb, if you're using dynamic lighting, make sure like all your meshes are closed and there are no gaps in between the walls and ceilings and floor and whatnot. And if you're using static lighting, make sure that your meshes are unwrapped correctly. So when Unreal Engine, when you bake your lights, the light maps won't have light bleed from edge to edge. And you can make sure the unwrapping is well done, and you can also avoid the light leaks by increasing the density of the light maps. Okay, dynamic lighting. In terms of dynamic lighting, so okay, you need to show us where the leak is happening, but the general rule of thumb, you need to make sure that there are no gaps between your meshes. Muhammad, I am great, buddy. How are you, Muhammad? Happy New Year, man. Do you guys use ChatGPT to program games? Screen Apple. I've been using ChatGPT to create some Python tools that would help me in my workflow in the process of making my projects. And it's been mind-blowing experience for me. I really recommend trying ChatGPT, guys. Check it out. So, um, yes, it's you will see artificial intelligence and like stuff like that will be used more and more in these scenarios. So now I just want to make sure that I'm not using shadow maps. I want to use the new uh, shadows. There we go. The virtual shadow maps. So now notice with the shadow maps, if I go away, like the quality of the shadows of the trees is getting worse. All right. Now, if this does not work on these trees, I need to change the tree type or check their quality, but it's loading. So give it a second. The performance is killing me. Okay, I have so many lights I need to get rid of. Yep, let's street point lights, get out of here. Let's save everything. I hate crashes. So let's put this here for now and let's take a look at our shadow maps. Yeah, that's way much better. So you can see like the shadows are just way nicer. Still need to work a lot on the performance here, but I imagine there is so much I can do from converting these into nanite. So let's see, by the way. Oh, these are nanite already, are they? Let's go to let, click on nanite visualization, click on clusters, could be. It is actually nanite. But these trees are the only thing that is nanite. So I have the whole project to convert. So let's hide the trees. What type? Are they killing my performance or something else? Here we have many screen sphere reflection captures from the Unreal Engine 4 project. Let's delete them. The memorial. I think the environment could be separated into multiple places. So let's put this map here and let's put it under the environment details. And for now, I'm going to select the memorial. And actually, this memorial, I wanted to replace it with a more accurate one I did earlier. So this is not so accurate, but this is the accurate. I spent so much time working on this. This is from another map. So for now, I'm gonna just hide it. And you see the difference? Like there is something wrong with the skylight as well. Weird. Let's type this. Okay. So one of the reasons I love when things are named is because I can just type in the outliner what I'm searching for, and I just can simply select what I'd like to select and then isolate my selection. And I will copy this here. Sorry, move it. Okay. So I think one of my main problems are with the lights. So let's type light here. And let's select maybe at the start. So just so you know, when you type light in the word outliner here, just type light, it will show you all light types in your project. So I'm gonna select all the lights that are not my static light, my directional light, sorry, and just set them on 0. So everything right now in the project that is rectangular light is set to 0. Let's see. And everything that is also spotlight also 0. And let's also select, like, change our lights to movable, just to make sure that we don't have, like, the lights need to be rebuilt. We don't want this. Wow, with the performance. There is something also wrong with my GPU, so I hope I put my new computer next week or after it, not to go through this. This is so painful. So now I'm selecting things that are not very important for me and removing them. Maybe that's what will help a little bit in the performance. And before I go to the questions to the chat, just let me open this so we can review it together as we go. So from tools, I just kind of forgot where it was. Well, it's okay. But I'm sure there is something here causing this. You know, I think I know what. Could be one of these lamps. So the light. Quest 2 mainly. I've started learning Unreal Engine this year. Uh, once school starts back. That's nice, Mari. Go for it. What you will be using Unreal Engine for, Mari? VR, architecture, games. Ah, nice. You're learning that with Unity and Blender to build worlds into Artspace. So, Mari, you are into world building. That's dope. Guys, we will take the last 10 minutes for any questions you might have. I will be working on optimizing this project in the back scenes. I don't want you to go through the struggle like this. So that's something I will be doing later off camera. We convert everything into nanite as well. And the way you do that is you basically select all your static meshes from your word outliner and you convert them into nanite. So as an example, this street here, right click, nanite, enable nanite. And if you go to the view here, go to nanite visualization, clusters or triangles, you can, or any visualization you like, you can see things better. Where did things disappear? It's crazy, this user interface. I don't know why this is happening. Talk about struggle with the frames. So let's switch back to let. And trust me, we enabled nanite on that. So what about so this is in a level called Berlin. So in the outliner, in the levels, here I have a level called Berlin. Please improve performance if you go away. Yes. It's actually slightly better. So it was that map. Okay. It's actually better. So it was that map. Now we know stuff. Because I have like even more hidden maps. If I enable these, the project will explode. Ras Speaker, Happy New Year to you too, buddy. So today we're just going through the process of optimizing this and keeping things organized a little bit. So when you have a big project like this, I'm breaking down this project into multiple maps, and I'm just showing the process of how I work. So if this was not live and I want to finish this project, the first thing I would do is doing this here, what I'm doing today, naming some meshes, disabling lights, disabling things, and trying to increase my performance in the engine. This is the project was made in Unreal Engine 4, and I just converted it quickly to Unreal Engine 5, and now I am making sure it works with good performance in Unreal Engine 5. So that's what we're working on. I will be sharing what I learned with you guys through this month. It's gonna be fun. So let's see what other questions we have. So Muhammad, the GPU I have right now, it's 3070 Ti, but I don't think it's about the GPU. There is something wrong with my computer itself, like the heating or something. The GPU is, I think, is throttling or something. I don't know, but I had much better performance on other computers. So that is something to be aware of. Yo, Mari, you're still new. Well, welcome to the community. I hope you find Unreal Engine amazing. Eduardo, Happy New Year to you too, buddy. Thank you so much too, buddy, for being here always. We have amazing plans for 2023. I look forward to seeing you guys much more often. That will be fun. Is it easy to transfer a file from Unreal Engine 5 to Unity with all the textures, lighting, and materials? Mary, that will be not so easy. In order to do that, you want to export your static meshes, and these are separate from your textures. You will export the textures again from Unreal and recreate them back again inside Blender. And Unreal Engine uses like different light solvers compared to Unity, so you also need to work on your lighting in Unity as well. Is it hard? No. Is it time consuming? Yes, it is time consuming, but it's possible. That's like the important thing. And the vice versa from Unity to Unreal Engine. Again, everyone, Happy New Year to all of you. Masoud Anis, uh, thank you, man. Happy New Year to you too, buddy, and to everyone. Very excited about this year. Wow, I'm getting messages. I should put it on airplane mode. You need nuclear reactor cooler after you convert it to nanite. No, once you convert this into a nanite, it will be so much better. Happy New Year. Hey, Suradeep. How are you, buddy? Thank you so much, man. Oh, wow. Okay. Um, Let me copy your name and take a look at the apps. And I wish you good luck with the role you applied for, Bruski. Good things happening this year, my guys. All right, everyone. I'm gonna close. I'm gonna call it a day here today. Thank you all for tuning in, and I will see you next week. So if there is a stream planned this week, you will see the notification earlier. But if there is nothing this week, I will see you next week around this time. So I wish you all productive week and productive year. Take care and